Hello, Running Fit Fam. In this week's video, let me show you how to line up your strength training plan exactly with your marathon training plan, because I know a lot of you are just winging it. You're like, yeah, I found some exercises on YouTube, I found them on Instagram, and those will work. I'll just keep it. But you have no idea how many to do. Like, are you doing 2? Are you doing 5? Are you doing 10? That's way too many, by the way. How many reps am I doing? Just stop. Just stop winging it. So let me give you the plan of how to do it and why you do it this way. So let's hop in. So again, we are walking and talking because I am starving after my workout. I know it's a little dark. I'm sorry. But we're going to make a protein shake because this protein shake is going to help me explain the things, the exercises, the phases of the marathon plan, how your strength fits into all of it. So let's go get some stuff. So we're going to break all this down into 4 phases. And we're going to go by the weeks of your marathon. And I'm going to show how your strength training fits into all that and how it actually changes and complements your running program. So the first phase is we're going to gather and measure the ingredients for my protein shake. This is actually week 1 through week 8 of your marathon plan, assuming it's 16 weeks. Just roll it with me, okay? So technically, if you want to get real into the science nitty gritty, these are called General Preparatory Phase 1 and 2, or GPP 1 and GPP 2. All you really care about is when you are running, this is the stage where you are continuing to build that base mileage. As you see your mileage gradually building up, and there's a little bit of intensity thrown in there, like a speed workout, a hill workout, and you can start to see as you go from like week 4 to 8, you're seeing how there's becoming a set speed day, a set hill day, but they're nothing too well. They're just to kind of give you a little flavor to everything. So let's go hunt down my ingredients and I'll talk about how the strength aspect feeds into and complements this running aspect. First off, let's acknowledge the awesome lighting in the fridge. So first ingredient is going to be some yogurt in my protein shake. I'll be right back. And we have some strawberries. You guys tend to get me when my strawberries aren't their greatest. But the reason we're doing this is you are coming to get ingredients with me because this is representing how many exercises you actually need to do. I'm afraid that some runners underdose themselves and others overdose themselves, meaning they try to do too many. See, this is my not sponsored Truvani protein powder. Damn, it's good. The vanilla chai is what we're using today. That is the best. Oh, also, the Prozis granola, like this chocolate hazelnut one, literally tastes like the Ferrero Rocher chocolates. That's what it tastes like. So let's talk about this underdosing, overdosing. We have 4 ingredients, meaning the Truvani protein powder, my strawberries, my yogurt, and my awesome granola as a topping. You really only need 4-ish exercises in your strength training program as a runner. We need quality running specific exercises. We don't need the whole farm. What's happening here with these first 8 weeks in your strength program that complements your marathon training is you are continuing to build a strength base. What this looks like is the 3 to 4 exercises that we talked about. You're going to first start out with higher sets, meaning like 4 to 6. You then drop that down to 3 to 4. You're going to see a pattern. You start with higher reps, which then drop down later on. And you start with something like kind of heavy, but not too bad. And then you gradually progress the weight. So you can see how things are manipulating. We start with higher reps, higher sets, and they get lower as the weight gets higher. What this is doing is helping you begin to build the neuromuscular adaptations, fancy words, for your nerves, your supercomputer up here, and your muscles to work together. And then once that's established, then we build more of a strength foundation on top. I forgot to mention, you lift 2 to 3 times a week. So the $1 million question here is people are wondering, well, how many times a week do I need to lift? Because I don't want to be too sore. Now listen up here. This is where the magic happens. You do need to be lifting regularly here, 2 to 3 times a week. Will you be sore? Maybe, but in this stage of your marathon training, it's really okay. You don't have anything major going on. You're just continuing to build that solid base and let that happen on the strength level at the same time. So let me finish putting all this stuff together and we'll jump into the next phase. Next phase of your marathon training plan. You have gathered ingredients, you have gathered your miles, you put everything together. You are ready to hop into weeks 8 through 12 of your marathon training program. If you care, this is the SPP phase, or specific preparatory phase. This is where you're going to find even more specific speed days, hill days, long run days. These are where things start to get spicy. We're dialing up the intensity, and that is why we are blending. Now, blending takes what, 30 seconds? This is meant to be fast and furious because your strength does the same thing. Now that we got that all blended, this is your strength during that phase, meaning it is equally fast, intense, and furious, meaning your sets actually stay the same as the previous phase, but your reps drop down because your weight goes up. If nothing else, I want you to see this pattern of as the intensity of your strength goes higher, you have to lift heavier, your reps get lower. So basically, you're lifting super freaking heavy at this point. You are also running really hard at this point. Now, this is the part where most runners say, oh no, that's too much, I can't. It is a lot. It is a lot, I will give you that. However, there is a method behind the madness, because when you are adding all these ingredients, the strength, the high mileage, the hard workouts, your body has to be able to handle all of that, meaning you need to amp up the strength so you could handle the load of running. And that is why your strength looks that way in this phase. I forgot to mention, you lift 2 times a week in the SPP or the specific preparatory phase. Now, this is everyone's favorite next phase. Maintenance phase. This is when the dreaded peak week is, where your longest long run lives, okay? It is this. It is only 2 weeks, and your strength is equally short and adapted for 2 weeks. In both running and lifting, we're continuing to sort of max out, but strength is actually pulling back a bit. And if you look at your running plan, you're going to see that the intensity of all the other workouts, the speed and the hills, is actually brought down a notch. The only mega intensity is the super duper long run before your race. Strength is in the same boat. This is the maintenance phase, remember? Strength is also just maintained. You are still lifting heavy. You actually have fewer sets now. We're like 1 to 2 sets, and your reps are really in the 5 reps per set area, or even low. Yes, even lower. The catch is your weight is still very heavy, because we're not really here to build further strength. We're here to help you maintain the strength gains you've already made. Again, you lift 1 to 2 times a week. Last phase, everyone's favorite, taper time. I know that was really loud. So taper time is where we decorate. I did a shake here because it, again, is very short. It's only 2 weeks, and it drives a lot of people crazy. Well, I have a solution for you. During this time where you are harvesting your fitness, I promise it looks much cuter and much more strawberry-like in person. In taper time, we are harvesting both your running fitness and your strength fitness. So what you notice with running is obviously a drop in mileage, a decrease in intensity. It's still a little tense, still a little spicy, because we need to keep everything sharp. And strength follows the same line. While the lifting is still 1 to 2 times a week. Yes, you still lift in taper time, because you know what? You have to taper crazy, so you're a little cranky. This is literally a solution I give to my runners. Like, if no one likes to be around you right now because you're a little cranky, you know what you can do? You can go lift a little bit, and then you will feel productive, like you did something, and you will feel better. So just like you are harvesting your running fitness, you are also harvesting your strength fitness. Your sets drop down to 1 or 2 per exercise. You're looking at, again, maybe 5 reps per exercise, and the intensity of how heavy you're lifting, 50% of what you're doing. We cut it right in half. We drop that strength down because, again, just like taper running, we are trying to keep you sharp, but we're trying to let you rest and recover at the same time. And lastly, drinking the shake. Okay, I'm gonna show you. It's gonna be a little gunked up because I took a drink out of it already. But it's kind of cute, right? It's kind of cute. It tastes good. Hopefully that's been helpful for you to explain and give you a plan, literally, of how many exercises to use how to scale them up and then scale them down in line with your marathon training plan. Bonus points if you dare to train differently and they look like running, to help you build running specific strength. That way you can run your best, most confident, strongest race because you know you have built the exact strength you need for race day. Hopefully that was helpful, Running Fit fam. If you have any questions, comments, things you want me to do a video on next, leave it in the comments below. And if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. You might as well. I haven't scared you off yet. So go ahead and subscribe and we can hang out more often that way. And until next time, dare to train differently.